And now through the offside. Well, it's in the gap. The chase is on. And the fielder has done really well. Excellent footwork. And he saved a couple of runs for his side. Well, this time played upish and almost carrying to the fielder at mid-on. Once again, beautifully bowled. Well, he started to bowl a slightly straighter line as Kunal, and it's not quite working out for him at the moment though. He would be wanting to bowl once again outside the off stump. That is his strength. And this time a pull shot. It's in the air. Chance once again, and it lands safely. Only a couple of fielders on that leg side. And it was always going to land it in no man's land. Once again, a couple of runs taken. And now a thick outside edge. And it will run away to the fielder at third man. Well, at the end of the third over now, it is 17 for 1. And that will be the first wide of this innings at the start of this fourth over. Not the best of the deliveries. Well, once again played on that leg side and straight to the fielder. Well, once again, hands on head for the bowler. He thinks he was pretty close to getting the wicket, but once again, nicely played by the batter. Just building his innings out there now. Once again, played straight to the fielder on the offside. Nicely bowled. A perfect length, making the batter struggle a bit. Once again, just pushed on the leg side. Another dot delivery. This is really good by the bowler. Another dot delivery, and the pressure building on the batters. That is now the end of the 4th over with the score at 19 for 1. Well, shouts of catch it, and it's gone over the fielder. That goes away to the fence. A change in the bowling, and starting this 5th over off with a boundary. Well, only 11 more deliveries left inside this power play, and maybe it's time to get the move on. Well, once again in the air. It does land safely in the end though. Well, this time a chance of a run out, and they scamper across in the end and they make it. Well, only a single is what they will get. And, well, once again wanting to go for the big swing, and the wicketkeeper not quite able to collect it. They've taken the advantage of the misfield, but you never run off a misfield. It could have been disastrous for the NSCI. This time right out to middle of the bat, but straight to the fielder once again. A good sound of the bat, and growing in confidence out here now is Paras. This time a thick outside edge, and the ball is racing away to the fence. The fielder has done really well to stop it. A good relay as well, good backing up, and another couple of runs taken. So the last delivery of this 5th over, it's been hit hard and hit through the gap as well. Excellent cover drive. A boundary to start the over, a boundary to end the over as well. This has been an expensive one by Rajiv. 13 coming off it at the end of the 5th. Now it is 32 for 1 for the NSCI. This partnership building nicely. Well, what a nice little sweep shot that is to start off this final over of the power play. Behind square on the leg side, no one out there. There is a square leg fielder, and he's played it perfectly past him towards the fine leg region. And another boundary. All of a sudden, runs flowing out here. What a good shot that is. And he's kept it in control as well, very much, playing it along the carpet. Just races away to the fence, right off the middle of the bat. Well, he is into his third over as the bowler, the left arm spinner, and things not quite going in his favour here, Deepen. This time pushed back towards him. Well, he's kept things tight, but he's not got any wickets. And the ploy to use the spinners inside the power play is to try and get some wickets. Although the Goregaon Sports Club, they will be happy, but the NSCI will also be happy on the other end with those wickets in hand. This time a big swing, won't quite get the middle of the bat. Takes that single and brings Tushar Zaveri back on strike. Paras, the man on strike, and it's been pushed down the ground. It's gone straight to the fielder. Mix up, chance of a run out, and it will be an easy one. What's happened out there? Disastrous. Well, that's the second time there was a mix up between the two. And well, Paras, he was off his crease. He was on his bike, set on his bike to get across. And Tushar, well, he was just not interested. He was ball watching. He was sent back, and Paras has to depart here. Both the openers gone back in the pavilion, and a wicket in the last over of this power play. And it's an unforced error in the end, you would feel, by the Goregaon Sports Club. Second one gone for the NSCI, 37 for 2 after 5.4. Well, in comes the new man. Once again, an opportunity for the Goregaon Sports Club. And straight away pushed on the leg side, straight to the fielder. Wanting to get his eye in first. Just the last delivery of this power play left. And it seems like they have to accept what they have got inside this power play. And this time a big appeal. Well, he's moved across towards his right. And the finger won't be raised. He's just moved away the umpire nonchalantly. And they're surprised out there. They are asking the umpire still, how is that not out? Well, nonetheless, we don't have the DRS system. Well, it got straighter, but he had moved across, and maybe the impact is outside the off stump. Nonetheless, that is the end of the sixth, with the score at 37 for 2 for the NSCI. Right then, the fielding restrictions have now been uplifted. So 5 fielders allowed outside the inner ring at the end of the power play. Will be interesting to see how do they set their field and do they opt to continue with spin from both ends. They're continuing from the comp box end with spin. Right arm off spinner and straight away played in the air on the leg side. And it won't quite carry to the fielder at deep mid wicket. So only a single. Well, this is excellent by the Goregaon Sports Club. A nice little passage of play for them. Getting that wicket off a run out. And all of a sudden a few dots. Forcing the batter to play the ball in the air. And carry to the field. That's once again been played, trying to hit that one powerfully through that leg side. Well, it was a delivery which was outside the off stump. And not sure if trying to play across the line with the off spinner operating is going to work for the batter, because that could have gone anywhere. That could have taken the thick inside edge onto the stump. Well, now he plays it on that leg side, and this time it was slightly straighter, and he takes that single. Harnish getting off the mark of his fourth delivery. Once again pushed on the offside, and it's a misfield in the end. Now they will get an opportunity to come back for the second as well, and they will make it quite comfortably. Once again it's been cut away, but straight to the fielder on that occasion. Will be interesting to see what will be a good score out here in this final, because runs on the board will directly put immense pressure onto the opposition. Somewhere around 160 could be a good total out here. This time driven down the ground and slightly on the leg side between the long on and the deep mid wicket fielder towards that corner region, only for a single though. So at the end of the 7th over now, it is 43 for 2. Well, we see another left arm spinner continuing here, and it's bowled beautifully once again. A dot delivery to start off. Well, going only at a runner ball here, the NSCI. The projected total of 120. Well, they should be getting much more than that with 8 wickets in hand, but 120 is not going to be good enough, especially in a final of this stature, and considering the kind of the batting lineup that the Goregaon Sports Club have as well. They have some big hitters, some pinch hitters too, and they would just make a mockery of that chase. If 120 has been posted, a couple of dots to start off. Excellent delivery once again by Ronak. And now wanting to sweep that one away. He's missed out. Well, all eyes were on the umpire. They felt as if it could have been given as a wide, but that's another dot delivery. 3 consecutive dots now. Something has to give in. Well, once again, it's been just pushed on the offside and straight to the fielder. So 4 consecutive dot deliveries for Ronak. This is absolutely brilliant. How often do we see 4 consecutive dot deliveries in a T20 game? Make that 5, or is it? Well, it's been given as a wide this time by the umpire. He missed out completely, and it's gone down that leg side. The wicketkeeper does really well to get across, and the first run of this over. Well, this time he gets the middle part of the bat, but only for a single towards that leg side. So finally a run off the bat in this over. And it's been an excellent over so far. Just the 2 runs off it. 1 more left. Can he close it out here, Ronak? And the good part about the Goregaon Sports Club at the moment is they are going really quick through the overs. Well, once again played across towards that leg side, towards that deep square leg region. Almost getting it underneath the bat. Nonetheless, that's 3 runs off the over. Excellent stuff by Ronak at the end of the 8th. Now it is 46 for 2. So we continue now in this 9th over. And an excellent delivery once again to start off. Well, the runs have dried up now for the NSCI. This time it's been hit hard along the carpet, and the fielder has done really well. Or has he? Oh, that's very unfortunate for the fielder. He got across and he needed some assistance from his partner. Didn't quite get it, and that's gone away to the fence. So it's been a while since the last one, and finally they get a boundary. Well, that boundary also brings up the 50 for the NSCI in this final. 50 for 2 now after 8.2 overs. Continuing to go run a ball. Well, this time it was tossed up and it's been pushed on the offside straight to the fielder. Well, a leading edge, and somehow it lands safely. A lucky break there for Tushar Zaveri, and he wants to come back for the second, and he makes it quite comfortably. Excellent piece of running. Straight away the call for a 2. Well, it seems like the umpire is not happy with something. We will wait and see what it is exactly. Well, finally we continue, and still one more delivery left after this one in this 9th over. Well, once again, excellent piece of bowling. The Goregaon Sports Club right on top in this game. Once again, a flighted delivery, and he's connected that one. Well, not the best of the deliveries. No one out there behind square that will run away to the fence. Easy pickings for the batter, and a boundary to close it out at the end of the 9th. It is 56 for 3 now for the NSCI. Right then, last over before that elusive drinks break. And once again, a dot delivery to start off. Once again, just pushed on the offside for a quick single, where he's appealing for a run out the wicket keeper, but he had no clue where the batter was. He made it quite comfortably. And, well, no point of appealing for that one. As we continue here. Once again, just pushed on the offside. And another quick single taken. Well, shouts of catch it, and it still lands safely just short of the fielder there. Almost carried. And searching for that wicket here, the Goregaon Sports Club trying to break this partnership as well. Well, if they get a wicket now, it will be a timely one. Once again played down the ground for another single. So one more delivery left in this 10th over. And it has been pushed on the offside. Another single. That is now the end of the 10th. It is 59 for 2, and the umpire has called for drinks. So the drinks break has been concluded. We continue and straight away it strikes the pad. Well, wanting to play that one through the leg side. Excellent delivery to start off. Trying to catch the batter off guard as we see the floodlights also on now. Well, this time he connects, but once again straight back at the bowler and back-to-back dot deliveries. This is really good by the Goregaon Sports Club. Continuing to keep the current run rate below 6. Once again just pushed through the offside along the carpet for only a single, and it seems like singles won't really harm them. And now hit hard along the carpet through the leg side, but once again straight to the fielder. Once again he sweeps, and this time towards the fielder inside the circle. Another quick single taken, and this won't really harm the Goregaon Sports Club. They are happy with this, happy to take upon the challenge of trying to restrict the opposition to less than a run a ball. As they continue to be less than a run a ball, one more delivery left in this 11th over. And it's bowled beautifully. And has he got a wicket there? Well, there was an appeal for it. Maybe just flicking the pad. Nonetheless, that's another dot to close out as we see the replay there. Well, flighted delivery, and have a look at the turn on that one. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Magnificent delivery. And at the end of the 11th now, it is 64 for 2. Very unlucky to not get a wicket there. Well, once again, shouts of catch it, but they start off this 12th over with a boundary. It's been a while since the previous one. We've hardly seen anything boundaries in this innings. And this one, well, maybe just wanting to get the move on here. Swept away once again, went down on one knee. It was in the air for a while, but in the gap as well. One bounce and over the rope. Excellent shot. And he sweeps again. This time he's found the outside edge, past the wicket keeper, and that one will run away to the fence as well. So back-to-back boundaries now for the NSCI. Much needed this as they try to get the move on. Well, maybe he didn't quite get the outside edge as well. It's gone away to the fence and signaled as 4 byes by the umpire. So it's beaten everyone. Nonetheless, just what they needed. Some runs. 8 runs of the first 2 deliveries of this 12th over. Ronak the man continuing. This time a much better delivery, a fuller length, and it's been tucked away off the pads for a single. Well, halfway through this over, 9 runs have come off it. And once again, almost a mix-up between the two. In the end, deciding against that run. So a dot delivery. Well, this time an appeal for a caught behind. Well, the umpire not interested once again. Once again, superbly bowled there. And now hit hard down the ground. Back past the bowler, who tries to get across but won't be able to stop it. So after 12 overs now, it is 74 for 2. Well, once again hit along the carpet, through that leg side, straight to the fielder though. Well, continuing to play through that leg side. Once again, protection out there. There are 3 boundary riders on that leg side, and it's very difficult to find a gap over there, especially with no pace offered by the bowlers. And this time they take a couple of runs. Good running between the wickets as they try to push on here in the final few overs as we are heading towards the launch end of the innings. The slog overs, as they call it. Once again, not quite off the middle of the bat, and it seems like they need to start now because they have been pegged back quite a lot. They are going only at a run a ball still, a little more than a run a ball to be precise. Once again hit hard down the ground, and they are coming back for the second, and they will make it quite comfortably. Once again, excellent running between the wickets. Well, these two have built a nice little partnership here. It's worth 43 now. And these two have been together for 7 overs now, 42 deliveries. Well, this time it's in the gap. An excellent shot to find the boundary. And all of a sudden, these runs are coming and they are taking it at a minimal risk. What a good shot that is through the offside. The ball just racing away to the fence, and the fielder at longer, well, he had no chance to get across. Well, maybe he had to put in a dive, and he tried to use a bit of footwork. Well, in the end, he almost got to it, but not quite able to stop it. Such was the power on that one. So now one more delivery left in this 13th over. And it's an appeal, and it's been given. Is that a stumping? Well, that's excellent glove work if it is. How quick was that? And finally, they have broken this partnership. This partnership, well, 50 partnership was up between the two of the last shot. And now he departs. There's Tushar Zaveri. Well, the top order is back in the pavilion, and you would feel it's a timely wicket for the Goregaon Sports Club. 84 for 3 now after 13 overs. As we see the replay once again, well, excellent glove work, excellent by the wicketkeeper. He gave no chance to the batter. Well, he lost the ball, but he did well enough to collect it and get it onto the stumps, and then was the time when the ball was left. as you can see in the replay there as well. So a good decision by the umpire too. Well, we continue now in this 14th over. Well, all of a sudden, the last couple of overs have been slightly expensive, and the Goregaon Sports Club will be wanting to pull things back once again. Nonetheless, that wicket will help them with the new batter coming in. Well, once again, beautifully bowled and not offering much to the batters at the moment. Once again, just along the carpet, only a single. Well, this time it's been played in the air. It will land safely though. And a single. This time wanting to sweep that one away, and it misses the batter. So a rare dot delivery. One more delivery left now in this 14th. Just the 4 runs coming off it so far. They need some boundaries here. They need to try and push to that 150 run mark. 10 and 0 will get them that. And they are more than capable as well. They have those 7 wickets in hand too, which keeps them in a good position out here. But this can also be disastrous. Meanwhile, in the air and just over the fielder. That will go away for a maximum. The first 6 of this inning, the first 6 of the MCC Championship 40 plus final. A 6 to end the over makes it 10 for it at the end of the 14th. Now it is 94 for 3. Well, a tossed up delivery, and what a clean hit that is. High, long, and handsome. All the way for a maximum, and it's back-to-back sixes. A six of the last delivery of the previous over, and now a six of the very first of this 15th. And they have turned the heat on here now. All of a sudden, from second gear to fifth for the side in blue, the NSCI. And now good sensible cricket, pushing it on the offside for a single. Well, that six also brought up the 100. It's 101 for 3 now after 14.2 overs. Still 34 more deliveries left in the innings. Once again, uppish. Won't quite carry to the fielder. Neither will go away to the fence. Only a single. Once again, nicely bowled. And now swept through that leg side. He will find the man out there in the deep. Won't quite find the fence. Well, this time an appeal as well. But given not out by the umpire, and that is now the end of the 15th with the score at 103 for 3. Right then, 5 more overs left in the innings and continuing with pace. And the left arm pacer coming around the wicket now. Well, we are into the slog overs now, and they would be eyeing at the least 10 and over from here on, the NSCI. 150 is a bare minimum that they need. Anything more than that is a bonus. They have more than capable hitters as well. Well, this time not quite off the middle of the bat, and luckily for him, he's not timed it well enough either. So won't quite carry to the fielder at long on, only a single. But the intention is clear now. They are going to go after everything. An interesting field set as well. The left arm pacer operating around the wicket, and there's a deep square leg and a deep fine leg in place. So maybe they're thinking about the thick inside edge, or maybe the batter just pushing it, just lofting it on the leg side off the pads, or maybe going for the short stuff, which he has done on a couple of occasions. Well, three options for the bowler. And once again, it's in the air. It's a chance. It's towards the fielder, a deep square leg, and he's made a mess of it. And the mess is going to be costly. It's gone away to the fence. A boundary. And, well, just what they needed, don't they? It went very high in the air, and the fielder, he had an ample of time to get underneath it. This time only a single. Well, this time an appeal, and he's been given. The umpire has raised his finger. He's been sent back to the pavilion. Well, it was an half-hearted shot, and for a moment it felt as if it will angle down the leg side, but the umpire thinks otherwise, and it's a wicket against the run of play. It is Kunal, the man, taking that wicket. They have lost their fourth wicket now, have the NSCI, and it's the well-set batter, Harnish, who has to depart. It's 110 for 4. Right, then one more delivery left in the 16th, and straight away he's off the mark, is Jairaj. So at the end of the 16th now, the score is Nelson for 4. Well, once again, we continue in the 17th over with some spin. Ronak the man. Ronak is into his last over now. 3 overs, none for 16 for him. Well, they get away from the dreaded score of Nelson. They take that single. So pushing on. Just 23 more deliveries left in the innings, and that is the intent you want to see. It's been played in the air. And they come back for the second. Do they? Well, a direct hit, almost a direct hit from that boundary line. Well, had that hit the stumps, he would have been gone. Nonetheless, a couple of runs taken. And this is really good by both the sides. Well, we are seeing a very good contest between bat and ball out here. Once again, nicely bowled. And now outside edge and lands safely in the end. Single taken. Once again uppish, but straight to the fielder. So after 17 overs now, it's 116 for 4. An excellent over once again by Ronak, finishing his spell at 4 overs, none for 21. So 3 more overs left in the innings. Just the 5 coming off that 17th. Once again, just pulling things back. And how would the Goregaon Sports Club love to keep it below that 140 mark? Although the NSCI, they would be wanting to get somewhere around 150 at the least. 34 runs in the remaining 3 overs is what they are searching. Well, it was slightly pulled back the length, and it's been picked up ever so well on that leg side. A perfect start to this 18th over for the NSCI. It was slightly a drag on. And an excellent hit through that leg side, you got to say. No one out there. It didn't quite go a long way. It had just enough to go over the rope. Thankfully for him, no fielder out there though. Well, pretty intentional as well. Knowing exactly where the fielders are, hitting sixes in the gaps as well. That is how good that shot was. And now it's been pushed on the offside. Another quick single taken. And now it's been cut away straight to the fielder. Another swing. And well, it's back to the bowler. The bowler, in fact, getting across, so only a single. And well, it was an excellent start to the over, but once again, the bowler doing well. This is a remarkable recovery. Usually, you see the bowlers struggling. Well, another single taken, this time behind square. The wicketkeeper gets across. Once again in the gap for another single. So that is now the end of the 18th with the score at 126 for 4. Well, we continue now in this penultimate over of the innings. And starting off with a single. Well, that was an excellent comeback in the previous over by the bowler, wasn't it? Conceding a 6 of the very first and then conceding only 4 more. Continue with the right arm off spinner. This time it's been cut away and it's in the gap as well. That will race away to the fence. No chance for the fielder to get across. Another boundary. This is excellent batting now. Well, they enter the 130s. 10 more deliveries left in the innings. 2 runs every delivery is what they are eyeing. And they are getting that consistently all of a sudden. Well, that's a big swing and a miss. And the wicketkeeper, wow, what a take. What a take that is. Absolutely brilliant. And they get another one. They've lost half their side now, the NSCI. But what a brilliant catch that is by the wicketkeeper. And once again, just putting a break on the opposition. Jivraj, the man, departing. It's 131 for 5 now with 9 more deliveries left in the innings. Right then, just 9 more deliveries left in the innings, and the new man comes in now. Well, once again, it's been cut away. And not quite away, it's gone straight down the ground towards the fielder at long off. A cross-batted shot towards long off to get off the mark straight away. Well, 8 more deliveries left in the innings, and now is the man in form, Gautam, on strike. He needs to get it right. Well, it's been hit hard in the gap as well, and that will find the fence. What a good shot that is. Well, once again hitting that one hard, and straight away the call was for the 2, and they make it quite comfortably. So that is now the end of the 19th over with the score at 138 for 5. Right then, the last over of the innings, and starting off with a dot delivery, just what the Goregaon Sports Club would have wanted. Well, in fact, it's a wicket. He's gone on and hit the timber, and they have lost the 6th wicket now. Well, the new man coming in, he just had to have a big swing, and what a good delivery that is. A perfect Yorker, and the middle stump off guard. The bails went flying, and they have lost the 6th. Well, the new man comes in, and and straight away played towards the fielder for only a single. Krishanu Shah, the man coming in here. At number 8, getting off the mark straight away, and he's brought Gotham back on strike. And a nice little shot, that one, down the ground. It won't quite find the fence. The fielder at long on gets across. And a couple of runs taken into the 140s now. 3 more deliveries left. Well, you would feel that the game is still very much in the balance out here. And neither of the sides running away. 3 more deliveries left now. How many more can they get in the last 3? It's an ideal situation for them, though, with Gotham on strike. And another expert delivery that by Kunal. A perfect Yorker. And wicket number 4 for Kunal. Well, he's got that Sohail Tanveer type of a run-up. And he's doing superbly well with these Yorkers. What a good delivery once again. And the well-said Gotham has to depart here for 37. It's 141 for 7. Just 2 more deliveries left in the innings. Right then, an opportunity for Kunal to get a 5-wicket haul. It's in the air and he will take it. He's got it. It's a fifer in the final for Kunal. What an outstanding bowling display this has been. Another wicket in this final. This is the 3rd one. Wicket number 5 for Kunal. A 5-star performance by the bowler. And it's 141 for 8 heading into the last delivery of the innings. And he will be on a hat-trick as well. That is how good it has been by him. A cotton bowl, a straightforward cotton bowl. He was not going to drop that one, especially of his own bowling. All right. Kunal, 5-wicket haul, but he's not done yet. He has got an opportunity to get a hat-trick on this last delivery of the innings. Hat-trick ball, here we go. And it's a thick outside edge, almost getting the hat-trick. Won't quite find the fence, or has it found the fence? Well, big cheers. And he's done really well to keep that one, and even after the mistake, a couple of runs taken. And 143 for 8 is where they will finish at the NSCI. And the target, well, it will be 144 for the Goregaon Sports Club, and they would feel that they are slightly the better side at the moment in this contest. 144, it's very much chaseable out here at the Western Railway Cricket Ground. If they bat well, if they stay out there at the crease, it should be easy for them. On the other hand, the NSCI, they will need wickets right from the word go. Well, an outstanding innings for the Goregaon Sports Club. We will be back for the chase in a short while from now. Alrighty then, we are back here for the chase. The target 144 for the Goregaon Sports Club to try and win the MCC Championship 40 plus 2026. And straight away a ball very close to the batter, and a quick single taken. Well, it was pretty dangerous. It could have been a disastrous start, and nonetheless they get an overthrow as well. So luck favouring the Goregaon Sports Club on the first delivery itself. Getting off the mark. Well, they need to go at only 7.2 runs and over, the Goregaon Sports Club. Wickets intact, important. Played on the leg side. And will be interesting to see how do they approach this power play, because the power play overs, well, they can really give you the dynamics of the innings. If you get off to a flyer, this chase will be made a total mockery of. On the other hand, if you go at a slow rate, if you lose some wickets, you allow the opposition to get back right into it. And they will need wickets here, the NSCI, inside the first 6. Otherwise, they are going to run away with this one, the Goregaon Sports Club. Well, you would want to be the Goregaon Sports Club at this stage of the game, but cricket is a very funny game. You just never know. Well, this time it struck the pad, but definitely pitching outside the leg stump. It was never going to be given out, as Anis is the bowler. Well, struck onto the pad. It must be definitely going on to hit the stumps, but definitely has pitched outside the leg stump, and that is the issue with the left-arm bowler operating up against the right-handed batter. Well, once again an appeal. So Anish trying to give a good start to his side. And this time he's hit the top of the stumps. And there is the early breakthrough that the NSCI was searching for. Well, it's not going to be that easy. He departs here for a duck, does Vikram. Well, he faced just the 3 deliveries. And, well, if you are NSCI, you need a few wickets inside the power play. That's the perfect start inside this first over itself. 3 for 1 after 5 deliveries. Going right through bat and pad. And, well, it's gone on to hit the top between the middle and leg. The bail went flying, and NSCI, well, straight away trying to get themselves back into this game. Well, this time played down the ground for a quick single. So that is now the end of the first over with the score at 4 for 1 for the Goregaon Sports Club. Well, we continue now in the second over and has been played straight down the ground for a single to start off. Well, no boundaries yet. Just what the NSCI were hoping for. And they have started off really well. Well, they know how important it is to put runs on the board and put the opposition under pressure in a final like this one. Never easy to chase targets down in a final because the onus is on them to now to get the runs. Well, this time a big appeal. Maybe just finding the bat before the pad. And another single taken, waiting for the signal of the umpire. And he agrees with us. It's come off the bat. This time pushed back down the ground for another single. Once again, superbly bowled. Once again hit back past the bowler. And nothing more than a single towards long on. So now one more delivery left in the second over. Well, they are appealing for everything at the moment. But once again, it was definitely off the bat. That is now the end of the second with a score at 8 for 1 for the Goregaon Sports Club. Well, we continue now in the third over. Well, once again in the air, and this time it's not quite taken, or is it? Well, not quite taken. It's a dot delivery. Well, a huge excitement out there. They felt for a moment that they've got the second. Well, it was a bump ball, wasn't it? And the umpire straight away just nodding his head, saying, "You can't play those tricks with me." And now pushed back to the bowler. Excellent start this has been for the NSCI. Just the 10 runs on the board so far. One more delivery left in this third. Well, this time it's been tucked away straight to the fielder. So that is now the end of the third with the score at 10 for 1. Well, in fact, there's still one more delivery left, it seems. And it won't matter because nothing happened on it. It is now 10 for 1 at the end of the third. And finally, we see a boundary in this innings, the first one of this innings. And what a cracking shot it is! Offered a lot of width and beautifully picked up over the field at mid-off. And the ball found the fence in no time at all. And they need a plenty more of those inside this power play. They have got another 17 deliveries left in it. They scored only 10 of the first 3. Can they add 30 in the other 3? They have started off nicely. Well, this time the batter is beaten. And once again, a cracking shot through the offside. The sweet sound of the bat coming off it. And they have got their innings up and running here. The Goregaon Sports Club. Well, not the best of the deliveries. It was a low full toss outside the off stump. And he's hit that one hard through the gap. And the ball just finding the fence in no time at all once again. So now both the batters get a boundary to the name. Well, that's a much better comeback, and now one more delivery left in this fourth over. 9 runs have come off the over so far. Well, up until the third over mark, they had scored only 10 in the first 3. They could be getting 10 at the least in this fourth over. And it's been cut away, and it's beaten the fielder as well. That will go away to the fence. 13 runs coming off that over. Big one this for the Goregaon Sports Club. And at the end of the fourth now, it is 23 for 1. And the Goregaon Sports Club, well, they're up and running here. Well, a single taken at the start of this fifth over. And all of a sudden, they're getting some runs here. The Goregaon Sports, they're settled down now after that slow start, which was a bump in the chase straight away. Well, this time it's been played over the bowler, and there was an opportunity maybe for a quick single, but in the end denied. And I think it was rightly so denied. Well, this time it's gone towards the fielder at backward point. And another dot delivery. So a decent over this for the NSCI. Anis the man. He is into his third. 1 for 7. What an outstanding spell it has been so far. Once again just tucked away on the leg side. And the fielder will... the bowler himself fielding of his own bowling, and usually you see those bowlers field really well off their own bowling as well, because they don't like to concede runs. They like to keep it tight. And that's an excellent shot. Once again in the gap, and the fielder does extremely well. And he's kept it down to just one as well. That's superb piece of fielding. And what an outstanding over this is once again by Anis. Well, that is now the end of the fifth with the score at 26-1 for the Goregaon Sports Club. Well, we are into the final over of the power play. And the NSCI, well, they have done more than what they would have wanted. Superbly, they are bowling right now. And once again, another dot delivery, just applying a lot of pressure on the opposition. And the Goregaon Sports level, the asking rate is starting to creep up now. It's up into the 8s now. And another dot delivery. And the pressure keeps on increasing. This time a cracking shot. So a cracking shot, but once again it's been played straight to the fielder. Well, for a moment it felt as if it's gone through the fielder. Not quite so on that occasion. He's flighted this one up, and it's been played nicely on that leg side. The fielder does well to stop it. Another single taken on that occasion. Well, the singles won't harm them at all. But that one might harm them. It's a boundary to close out the power play. Well, he was bowling superbly well. All of a sudden, that boundary just spoils the over. A nice little cut shot through the offside off the back foot. And at the end of the sixth now, it is 32-1. And the game continues to be very much in the balance out here. Well, we continue now. In this 7th over, outside the power play, the fielding restrictions have now been uplifted. So 5 fielders allowed outside the inner ring, and an opportunity now to try and get some wickets with the field spread. And there he goes. He's hit that one straight as an arrow, and it's gone right between the fielders. He's bisected the fielders at long off and long on, and a welcome boundary once again. The Goregaon Sports Club, they need quite a few of those. A brilliant hit down the ground. Releasing some pressure for his side. Well, once again, a very good shot, but nothing more than a single. Right then, 41 for 1 after 7 overs. Still 103 away from this target. And straight away, it's been cut away. It's gone through the gap. Brings the target down to less than 100. Requires just 99 more needed now for the Goregaon Sports Club. And just the kind of the start that you would want to this over. Excellent cut shot. Finding the fence with such ease out there. And now played on the leg side. Well, they are calling for the 2 and they will make it quite comfortable. Well, the fielder has done really well there to stop that one from going away to the fence. And they come back for the 3rd as well. Well, another single taken. Hit that one hard. Sweet sound of the bat. Well, once again an edge, not quite off the middle of the bat, and they are coming back for the second. Well, a mix-up chance of a run out, and well, a good call in the end, right on time. That could have been disastrous once again. Well, that single also brings up the 50 for 1 now after 7.4 overs. Once again cut away and straight to the fielder, and he's missed that one. Well, they want to try and apply some pressure, and these things won't help them at all. Went right through the fielder. Once again just hit back at the bowler. So that is now the end of the 8th with the score at 52 for 1. Well, that's gone away to the fence as well. Well, you wouldn't want to give away any misfields, and they are conceding a plenty of runs all of a sudden through these misfields. Once again, right in the gap. For a moment, it felt as if the fielder will get across. That finds the boundary, and they're easing a lot of pressure out here. The Goregaon Sports Club making things easy for themselves, making light work of this chase. Well, now a low full toss and a cracking shot through the offside once again. Another boundary. Aniket this time. Well, they were doing an exceptional job inside that power play, and once the power play overs have been completed, the runs have started to flow. Remember, they were 32 for 1 at the end of the 6th over, and they've added 29 in the next 2.5. And just what the Goregaon Sports Club needed, momentum shift out here in the last couple of overs. And they are running away with this game now. Well, another single taken. Another quick one as well. And the Goregaon Sports Club, they are cruising at this stage now. Another 82 required from 68 deliveries. And it feels as if they are in just touching distance from here on. But once again, a couple of tight overs can turn things around once again. NSCI don't need to lose any hope. And there it is. And that is exactly what they were searching for. A wicket against the run of play. And it's the well said Vishal who has to depart here. A well-made 35 for him. 35 of just 24 deliveries. And all of a sudden, 62 for 2. Pulling things back once again are the NSCI. So a timely wicket, and now a wide down the leg side is gone past the wicketkeeper as well. That's racing away to the fence. The chase is on. And the fielder, he's done really well. Well, he ran a long way. He was at short third. And the ball was going at a very rigorous pace. Nonetheless, a couple of runs have been taken. So 3 extra runs to the total. And once again, just cut away and a good little stop that. So 65 for 2 now after 9 overs. And a nice little delivery to start off with. Just pushed on the offside. That's Sunil, the bowler, who is continuing here. Once again, just cut away, but straight to the fielder, and another misfield. Well, can't really afford that, although there is backing up on that occasion, so won't be costly. Once again, the throw also not quite on target, and these are the moments which will really is what it will come down to in the end in this final. Once again, nicely bowled. Once again, hit hard through the leg side, and that's in the gap as well. What a cracking shot that is. Kunal, first a 5-wicket haul, and now doing the job with the bat. Exquisite timing on it, and perfect placement to find the fence. Well, it seems like they want to get it done quickly. They don't want to take any risk by taking the game deep. This time charging down the wicket and playing it towards the fielder at long on. So the last delivery of this 10th once again has been cut away. And another misfield, would you believe it? Well, this is really the last resort for the NSCI. They can't really afford this, and they just allow the opposition to keep on going with the flow. Well, instead of applying pressure, they are putting pressure on themselves. That is now the end of the 10th, with the score at 76 for 2, and now the umpires have called for drinks. Right then, we continue now after the drink break, and only 68 more needed from 60 deliveries in a very much controlled position here, the Goregaon Sports Club, and they look to be right on course to lift that trophy. The final of the MCC Championship, 40 plus, remember. Well, they played superbly in that second semi-final as well, out there at the Brabant Stadium, which we had. Once again, just pushed on the leg side, nicely tucked away, and takes the single. Well, good sensible cricket this, not wanting to take any unnecessary risks, wanting to bat throughout. And that is the need of the hour, definitely, because if they keep on taking those singles and doubles with those odd boundaries, it will really help them push on. Coming around the wicket to the left-handed batter, and once again it's been pushed back to the bowler. Once again nicely bowled, and well, fortuitous, it's beaten the fielder at short third, and they are coming back for the second and will make it quite comfortably. Well, once again an outside edge, was it? Well, the wicketkeeper had to really put an outstretched hand after a fumble. Nonetheless, that's the end of the 11th now, with the score at 81 for 2. Well, once again a sweet sound of the bat, but nothing more than a single doing. Well, an appeal by the bowler, and the umpire once again not interested. Bowling onto the pad, well, definitely too high in the end, wasn't it? Well, it was right in the arc, but not quite off the middle of the bat, only a single. Once again, just pushed on the offside. Happy to take that single and cruising through this chase at the moment. So the last delivery of this 12 that's been pushed back to the bowler at the end of the 12 now is 84 for 2, and 60 more required in the last 8 overs. Well, another single taken at the start of this 13th. Tushar, the man, continuing now. Well, the last couple of overs have been decent by the NSCI. They have pushed the asking rate up. It's gone above 7.5 now. It had gone around 7 at one stage, and once again slowly trying to keep themselves in this game. And what you need right now is a wicket. They have kept a couple of tight overs. A wicket here will really get them back into this game. Maybe not entirely, but definitely keep them in it. And a delivery like that one will not help. That's gone away to the fence. And a timely boundary you would feel for the Goregaon Sports Club, keeping themselves on top with that shot. Superbly placed between the fielder at deep mid wicket and deep square leg. And finally a boundary. It's been a while. This time it's been pushed on the offside for a quick single. Good sensible cricket, gets a boundary, then a single. Well, once again, good sensible cricket this. Taking another single in. They have got that boundary in the over which was required, and now keeping themselves going with these singles. 8 runs of the over so far, and that wide will help make that 9. Well, this time it's in the air and it's taken. And that is the wicket that they were searching for. Finally they strike. It's Kunal who will have to depart. Well, that boundary might have helped them, but the wicket once again just pulls things back and keeping themselves very much in touch here. 92 for 3 now in this 13th over, and still 52 away from this target. Well, once again a cracking shot through the offside that will go away to the fence. A boundary to start of this 14th. Well, just what they did not need out here, because they took that wicket, they got a couple of tight overs, and these boundaries are just easing things up for the Goregaon Sports Club. Less than 50 required now, just 48 more from 41 deliveries. Once again, it was a low full toss. That's a much better delivery. Pushed on the leg side for another single. Aniket moves on to 43 now with that single. Well, once again, played on that leg side, and a good little stop that inside the circle. In fact, played on the offside was the left-hander. And have a look at that stop. Excellent piece of fielding. Putting their body on the line for this final. Nicely bowled and nicely placed on the offside. Once again, cut away. It's gone straight to the fielder and another misfield. Would you believe it? And it's gone away to the fence. That's bonus runs once again. The 100 is up. 103 for now, 3 for 3 now for the Goregaon Sports Club. And they're just inching closer and closer now. There is a nice little delivery where you would feel it's very unfair for the bowler as well, the boundary coming off a misfield. Nonetheless, that's the end of the 14. Now it's 103 for 3. 41 more required of the last 6. Well, once again, that is a nice little shot for another single. Keeping things nice and easy for themselves. Well, we are yet to see a half century in this innings, and Aniket is very close to it. He's on 45 at the moment. 45 of 42 deliveries, supported at the moment by Ronak on 5 of 3. Got that boundary of that misfield. Once again, just pushed for another single. And that could have been another dot delivery, but it's beaten the wicketkeeper as well. And they will take a couple of runs. So that is now the end of the 15th with the score at 138 for 3. 36 required of the last 5 overs. And trying to keep themselves in this game here, the NSCI. What a cracking shot down the ground. The left-handed batter Ronak, where he's put clear daylight now between them and the NSCI, because it's pretty much a runner ball now. 31 required from 28. Well, once again, a big cheer. There is his half century. Aniket, the man, he's been the star of the show out here in this chase. where he showed a lot of finesse and character out there, and he's batted throughout and got his side within touching distance now at the end of the 16th. That's 118 for 3. Just 26 more required in the last 4 overs for the Goregaon Sports Club to win the championship. Well, once again, a sweet sound of the bat, starting off with a single, bringing the target down. Just 25 more needed from here on. Well, a very good stop out there. Well, saving certain runs for his side, almost holding on to it as well. What an effort that was by the fielder. And still keeping themselves in this game here, the NSCI. Well, it is the final. Anything can happen. Although just 22 more needed from 21 deliveries from here on. Oh, and what a shot that is. A maximum releases all the pressure that was out there. And now they need less than a run a ball. Inching closer and closer. The Goregaon Sports Club to the championship. Within touching distance now. A brilliant strike towards that cow corner region. And now hit hard through the offside. That will go away to the fence as well. Brilliant batting. In a hurry now to finish this off. Just 11 more required from 18 deliveries from here on. Well, 144 was always going to be not quite difficult, and that is what it has turned out to be. They have played very sensibly out here, the Goregaon Sports Club. And when the time has come to play the big shots, they are playing those when there's no pressure. Pushed on the offside, starting off with a dot delivery. Well, they need some magic now, the NSCI. Continuing with off spin. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back dots. Can he bowl a maiden over here? Well, that is what they need at the moment. If they need a miracle out here, the NSCI. And this time a big appeal and it's given. There's the breakthrough. So Sunil has taken a wicket, a couple of dots and then a wicket. Is there still life in this? 11 required of 15. And Abhishek, well, he departs here for a duck. Couldn't quite get going. It's 133 for 4 after 17 and a half overs. Well, this over by Sunil may be just too little too late out here. 11 needed of 15. And the Goregaon Sports Club, well, they are in touching distance here from making history in the MCC Championship 40 plus. The new man in is Vikas. And Vikas, well, he's gone for the ram shot. He's got 2 and 2, Sunil. Wow, where has this one come from? And it's a golden duck for Vikas. Trying to improvise a shot. Not sure exactly why would you try and do that, when on the other hand you have someone like Aniket who has been striking the ball beautifully. Nonetheless, wicket number 5 gone. And still fighting out here the NSCI. 133 for 5 now. So the man who was retired hurt, Ronak, has come back to bat. Well, good to see that he has the need to come and finish off the game. Meanwhile, a hat-trick delivery coming up for Sunil. Is this an opportunity for him to try and stamp his authority? 11 required of 14. Well, it's been an exceptional over so far. Can he get this hat-trick? Here we go, hat-trick ball in this final, and he misses out. It's been played nicely by Ronak on the leg side, and finally a run coming off this over. Well, once again, it's been guided nicely for another single. So that is now the end of the 18th with the score at 135 for 5. And 9 runs required of the last 2 overs. Well, we continue in this penultimate over of the game, and a single taken to start off. Well, the Goregaon Sports Club would be wanting to finish it off in this over itself. Just the 8 more runs required. That single brings Ronak back on strike. You would feel that Anis is bowling his final over after quite a while. Maybe he should have had his 4th over much more earlier on when they needed wickets. And that's been played in the air and in the gap as well. That will find the fence, and now just a hit away. The Goregaon Sports Club from being crowned as the champions of the MCC Championship 40 plus 2026. Well, Ronak seems to be in some pain out there after playing that shot. Well, he has had his issue, and maybe that shot just taking too much out of him. Nonetheless, good to see that he's fighting till the end, and it seems like he's going to retire hurt once again. Well, how unfortunate is that? Ronak is retired hurt again. He won't be out there to hit those winning runs. Just 4 more needed in the last 10 deliveries. And it's gone right through. Well, it won't quite find the fence. The ball is going to slow down, and it does so. So, a couple of runs taken. And now just 2 more runs required. Jigar is the man who has come in here. So 2 needed of 9, and Jigar has hit that one hard, and there it is. That's the winning moment. The Goregaon Sports Club are the champions of the MCC Championship 40 plus. What an outstanding performance this has been in this final. They have kept themselves very much in the game throughout. Not for a moment it felt as if they are in a situation in all sorts, other than maybe the first 3 overs when they came out to bat. Well, it has been a kind of a one-way traffic in the end, and a perfect performance in the end in a final like this one, winning this game by 5 wickets and 8 balls to spare. A very professional job done out here in this chase, especially by Aniket, who scored an unbeaten 63 in the end. And the Goregaon Sports Club in the end are the champions of the MCC Championship 40 plus 2026. Jubilation out there for them. Well, that was it from this game, and we will be back soon with more cricketing action.
like true champions, fought brilliantly throughout the tournament and superbly in the finals. Requesting the captain and the chairman of the cricket committee, please come and accept this.
पहले टीम आ जाओ
आगे ले लो
रौनक आ जाओ ना टीम का ले लेता हूँ
कवर मत करो यार, आ जाओ सब लोग इधर पीछे आ जा हम लोग ऊपर ले लो थोड़ा ऐसे फोटो टेक फ्रॉम बोथ कैमरा
पाटिल चिल्ला मत फोटो बनी
कम ऑन
नहीं आ रहा हूं मैं आजो
थैंक यू गाइस वेल प्लेड बॉय
सारी टीम आ जाओ यार,
पहले टीम करो
वैक्सीन में डालने का आ जाओ।
बाजी आप खड़े करो
भाई आपका फोटोग्राफर आ गया
आ जाओ एक सेकंड है
साहू कलाकार
come on guys make some noise lovely
बाबा इसको ऊपर उठा, हेलो ऐसे वाली खींच।
ये